Yeah,
Go ahead.
go ahead. Hey, how's everybody doing? Happy Labor Day. I hope you all had a good weekend. I do have to tell you, it doesn't feel like, I don't know, we don't see Sunday, Mondays, Tuesday, Fridays. It's all the same. So I don't know. It's a holiday every day. So I don't know what the big deal is, but no.
If you do this business right, every day is the weekend.
Yeah. But anyway, so we're excited. We are so excited about what's going on and the success everybody's having. I do have like a few, I'm going to call them almost housekeeping notes. Everybody's doing such a great job. I don't want to put a hindrance on what anybody's doing, but we always want to speed it up. And if you're like me, I just want to be better at everything I do. And I want things to move along faster. My first note, and I've said this before, I am proud of the stories I'm seeing, more interaction on Facebook. I'm getting a lot of orders off Facebook. The people that are ordering from me now are truly cold market, people that I've met social or, maybe just playing with tennis with the first time or whatever. But one of the big things, and I want you to almost consider this is rude, is if you put a post up and you don't get back and comment to the people that comment you. So if I see your picture up and I tell you, that looks awesome, I wish I was there, or great trip or great picture or whatever, you need to get back to every person and comment on them. Now it's going to help you. It helps your wall and all, but it's just, if you want to keep people active on Facebook or Instagram or anything, you need to comment when they comment to you. Okay.
It's proper etiquette.
Yeah.
Social media etiquette. It's proper etiquette.
And I see a lot of it where we don't get back. We kind of post and ghost. We think we've done our work because we posted, but we're not replying to the people that took the time to put a comment. And maybe you're even getting back and looking at the comments. I don't know. But, if they say, I'm just trying to think of some of the, Lynn, I just saw yours. I just saw you made pumpkin bread. So like if she posted pumpkin bread, and that gives me another thought too, to mention to everyone, but she posted pumpkin bread. So I wrote yummy, so she should write back, it's a favorite of mine to make all the time, or it's my first time making, it's a new recipe, just, all that stuff helps not only with the amount of people that will see your post, but also with creating friendships or re-cementing that friendship with people. So, we've got to remember with posts, with messages, if they're messaging you off stories, gotta get back to them somehow. And, this is where it's our job to engage in conversation, get the conversation going. If she gets back and says it's the first time she makes, she might also say, have you made it? Or, somebody should post or should respond to her post with recipe, please. Those things keep this stuff going all the time. And a lot of times, Lynn, you might even want to put your recipe in your posts so that people could say, I took it, So again, this is all just getting conversation going so that, you will have more eyes on what you're showing. You can't post in stories enough about the collagen. The same people are not seeing it all the time. So, mix up your pictures and stuff, but make sure in order for Facebook to allow itself to do a job for you, you need to get back and respond to all these people. It doesn't matter if you've forgotten to do this and this is something you haven't done. I'd go back through my whole wall. Make it a habit, maybe even once a week. Go back through your wall, some of your old posts. If you have the email notification set on, great, you'll get notified that somebody commented even on a post that's a year old. But if you don't have that set, you don't want that because you've got too many emails, then just go back and do a scan. And you can see, if it said that you have, 22 comments and you're kind of familiar with the numbers and you see it didn't go up, you don't have to look at it. If you see it went up, then you might want to be concerned with looking at that. So, the other thing is we can all support one another. And I try to make it every once in a while where I'll go around and I'll look at some of your posts just to be able to comment. If I say DM me or message me, you don't have to message me, but I'm trying to give you or show you some love on your stories or your posts. I'm just, trying to help you. So because, it's kind of like, if you remember when we used to do in-person meetings, the challenge was always to get the very first person to fill out that application. If we got one application, we got the room. If we didn't get the one and the one application was hard, it was a bad night. So, it's the same thing with your posts. If I send you a message that says DM me, then somebody else feels more comfortable saying, yeah, curious, tell me more. So particularly if it is a post about the collagen. So show one another love on your posts again. So we're helping one another with the algorithm. I wouldn't be adding a whole bunch of LifeVantage friends or anything, but I'm saying if you happen to be following or you happen to be friends with one another and you see their posts come up, even though you know that it's collagen or whatever it might be, still the same way as if you saw a picture of something, go ahead and just show them some love on it and help them get some conversation with that. The last thing on that with Facebook and stuff is, we don't want to put necessarily the company name, and we want to try to keep, like some of the stuff has True Science, has LifeVantage on it, has collagen, but we kind of want to dummy that down as much as we can. Because again, we want to get people to ask, what is it? Tell me more, what can you tell me about it? So if we spill the beans, and this is just me. So, if it was me and I saw something I liked on Facebook and you told me exactly what the product was, probably instead of having to have a conversation with you, I'd just Google it. I'll be honest with you. I'd just Google it, find out, what it is, do my own little research, price.
Well, let me tell you, last week, 2 people, we had to go to the company to get things switched because they just went to LifeVantage website and bought it. And we found out, so the other thing is, if you're pretty sure they're buying, make sure you're following up. Well, you should be following up with them anyway. But if they say they bought it and you didn't get notified, we got to let the company know right away. I mean, last week, somebody notified me that somebody bought product and they bought it from the LifeVantage website. Well, LifeVantage doesn't keep customers. They give them out to other distributors. And I didn't get notified or asked for help until it was 12 days old. And, the commissions have already been paid out on it. It has to go through compliance to get that changed, where if we find out about it in the first 24 hours, our sales rep can fix it. They don't need to talk to anybody about it. Okay, so it's important that you follow through. And if they say they bought it and you weren't notified, you got to notify us or a sales rep, right away. Go ahead.
So it's so funny. You can tell we've been together for a long time. So my second thought is follow up with customers. So obviously, if you send a link out to someone, you want to be doing some follow up. The way that you're going to do some follow up, if you've already sent them the links, you can ask them once or twice, have they ordered it? Have they have time to order it or whatever? But best to continue in Messenger to send them either another article. I don't know how many of you saw that Bloomberg article. That was pretty cool. Bloomberg carries some weight, particularly for business people. Send them another outstanding picture. Just say, hey, this picture looks really amazing. I just had to share it with you. So, that's how you can continue to do some more follow-up. But once they've ordered, you need to put them in some kind of tickler file or calendar or whatever. And you have to anticipate when you think they'll get the product. So, now we know it's like 7 to 10 days with the collagen. So, I may reach out a week and say, did you get your package yet? I want to make sure when they get it, I want to make sure that, that it arrived okay, that it looks good. The next day, I want to make sure that they started it. When they started it, did they have any questions? Now, all this follow-up needs to be super quick. I'm not saying you need to spend a lot of time with these people, but a phone call or a text for just, a few seconds is really what is so important. Just touching base to make sure that they used it for a few days, start that habit. And then maybe 2 weeks out or whatever, then after that, once a month, you continue to do that follow-up. But, that follow-up is so important because during that time, the minute they say to you, my skin feels softer, I think my eyelashes look longer, or I lost that wrinkle, who else do you know might want that stuff, because that's where you're going to get your referrals from. And that's going to help you build that business, because once they give you a referral, now you can say, hey, you could make, $45, $60 on that order, or I can keep it, and you can just, poach a whole business, thing to them as well, because they've already done the referral. You'll see a lot of companies will do referral posts and stuff, but you can speak this very easily as soon as you get a customer, and as soon as they say, and sometimes even before they get a result, they may say, you know what, if this stuff works for me, I could sell a bunch of this stuff, or I know everyone that will want. And then you might even say, well, who do you know else? What else, kind of benefits are they looking for and stuff? Always ask a lot of questions, and questions like, what kind of benefits are you looking for? What kind of benefits are they looking for? Those are the types of things, but we need to get a little bit better with the follow-up even of the customers, because you can see we can build that from just customers into a referral base to business partners. Because one of the hardest things in this industry is people, they look at it and they're like, you can do it, but I'm not sure I can do it. They just don't think they can do it. I can't be, I don't know how many people over the years that said, I just can't sell anything. And I said, well, do I look like a salesperson to you? I mean, do I come across? And they're like, well, no, but it's their self-esteem. Their self-esteem is not there. So as soon as they start verbalizing that they know other people that could use this product, or, need this product, or can sell this product, that's your green light. That's when you start to mention about the business to them, and then lead them on to something else there.
Couple things I want to mention. We were at, I got a text on Friday from the mother of somebody that's in the business, and April and I have known the mother and father for 25 years. The father passed away a few years ago, but long story short, she's been on the collagen for 3 months. And you may have seen me, I posted the text that she sent me word for word. I just copied it and posted it, but she's in her mid-70s, and she sent me this, and she hadn't seen her trainer in 3 months. And she saw her trainer the other day, and he's like, what the heck have you been doing? I mean, he just couldn't believe how much younger she looked, and he hadn't seen her in 3 months, and she'd been on the product like 2.5 months. What she ordered it the day we could order it. So whatever that was in June. And long story short, she says, I don't know how to explain how this works or whatever. Would you be okay if I have my friend Bobby reach out to you? And I sent him some things to look at. And life is really funny. So we're at the beach on Saturday, New Smyrna. He's headed to the beach over in Clearwater. And when he gets it, he must have texted me 100 times from the beach. He would watch a video, text me, watch another video, text me, get on the website, text me. I mean, on and on and on. And not only do they want to use the product right away, but they're very interested in the business. And he's got a really unique market. Most of his clients are 65 and older, and he hadn't, dug deep into it, but he said, do you think this stuff could help with joints? Do you think this has other benefits to it? And I said, man, we just post the pictures of the faces and the arms because it gets attention. But yeah, the product does all of that other stuff. Okay. So the reason I'm bringing it up is, we're just in contact with our customers all the time, and we don't badger them. We don't hound them. We don't make them crazy, but, we develop relationships with them. And when that opportunity comes up, nobody could have set the stage better than she did for me. Her daughter's in the business. If the guy joins, it's her daughter's person, but her daughter's new and doesn't know how to explain a lot of stuff. So she went to, what she thought was the best source. So keep that in mind. You want to have relationships with your customers. I mean, it's just really, really, really valuable. And when something new comes along, or if they come out with another new product at Global, you want to be able to call your customers and say, hey, you think that collagen's good? Can you imagine adding something like this onto it? And I don't know if we're getting a new product or not. I honestly hope not. I hope they just leave us alone with new product for 6 months or so and let us just run with it. So in reference to the collagen, if you hadn't heard already, they're running back. It's going to get a little slower before it gets faster with shipping. So it's not a matter of inventory. They have the inventory. It was a matter of hiring enough people to put a second and third shift on for packaging and shipping. So right now, and you're going to get an email on this tomorrow. That's why I'm telling you now, if you haven't heard it, you know, where they're looking at like September 15th or something for shipments to go out because they're gearing up. So if people are saying they've been waiting a week or so, it's going to be a little longer. Okay. So here's the good news. They ordered, and in their minds, this was their words, they had a 6-month inventory and they thought that was a big inventory, and we sold it in 9 weeks. Okay. And the results have been so much better than anybody anticipated that the referrals are coming quicker. You know, generally the referrals take a little bit longer, but people are getting results in a couple weeks sometimes, never mind a couple months. Sometimes it's just a couple weeks. So anyway, the bad news is it's going to be slow for a few weeks. We're getting it out. The good news is it may surpass Protandim Nerf 2 as the best seller the company's ever had. So, you know, it's a freaking home run, and we just got to be a little patient and sell the positive on it. Okay. Nobody likes being back ordered. Nobody likes to have to take those phone calls and stuff. But you know what? We're just telling people, get in line. Okay. They're going to ship according to your order. If you wait until it's flowing again, you're still going to wait some. Okay. So if you want it, order it. I just went through it with a local distributor here. I'd had dinner with him last week, and he said that, hey, what's the deal? And I say, here's the deal. If you really want it or your person wants it, order it now. Get in line. Get your ticket. Okay. Because, you know, for the next month, it's going to be a little more challenging than it was before. And that's because we're just selling so much of it. Okay. So 2 other things. The LVA this month, the LifeVantage Academy, the Saturday training, which is 4 hours, is all virtual. Okay. Everything's virtual in English and Spanish. Okay. It's virtual. You can go either way with it. And, you know, it's 4 hours, but there's no live, you know, LifeVantage Academy is being done virtually. The big reason for that is most of the leadership that's involved with doing those are going to be in Croatia. Okay. So that's mainly reason for that. And then of course, October is global. Okay. And hopefully we'll see you all at global. You still have time. There's still tickets. You know, so anyway, that's the end of, guess that, what is that? 19, 20, 21, something like that in October. But April?
We're not around next Monday.
Oh, next Monday, we are in Croatia. Okay. So,
And Kenneth?
in Croatia. Okay. We're going to have a lot of fun in Croatia. I don't think we're going to be able to squeeze out a live Zoom from Croatia, but here's what I will do. Okay. If we find out some exciting things while we're in Croatia, we'll record something and post it at 7 o'clock Monday night. Okay. We'll stick it in the group and you'll get a notification that it's there. So if anything comes up while we're there, because we get there Saturday morning, and by Monday night, if we learn anything new, exciting, different, whatever it is, we'll make a quick video and put it in the group. So
are you going to post that at 7 p.m. you saying, which is 1 a.m. in Croatia? Yeah,
well,
we
they
do
have
that.
this thing called scheduling,
Yeah.
and I will schedule it to be posted. Or if I've had an adult cocktail or two, it may be a slightly different time. Who knows? Okay. Who
It's going to be
knows?
an interesting video then.
Yeah, that might make for a real interesting video, right? We don't know what the next trip is going to be, but we're anticipating that they will announce it at Global. Okay, whatever the next trip is. And we're really hoping that everybody here will set a goal to be on it. okay, and start qualifying for it from day one. Now, I want to share something with you. Last month, because we haven't talked to you since the pay period ended, we set an all-time high for enrollments, okay? At least as long as I've been keeping track of it, okay? And I've been keeping track of it since the middle of 2019. So it's over 3 years. It was a 3-year high for enrollments. So I track it daily now, but what I want to share with you, we're in the middle of a 4-day weekend. Okay, Labor Day weekend. Today's the 5th, and today's the official holiday. And just 5 days in, we're running ahead of last month for 5 days. Okay. I track it. How many did we have on the 5th last month? How many do we have the 5th this month? You know, I track it day by day. That's how you stay on top of it. And I'm telling you, there's momentum going on now. And it doesn't matter what day of the week it is. It doesn't matter morning, afternoon, evening, weekend, doesn't make any difference. There are a lot of people doing a lot of business and enrolling a lot of people. Okay. What do you got, Kenneth? You got 4 or 5 already? Something like that. I know Catalina's got 5. A lot of you got 2. Zoom has already got a distributor in. 3 or 4 is Zoom's team has new customers in. You know, it's across the board. Everybody's doing it. Okay. Everybody is enrolling now. And it doesn't matter what time of the month it is, what day of the week it is, what hour of the day it is. It's just rolling. And you don't want to miss it, folks. I mean, I'm telling you, you know, and you definitely don't want them going to LifeVantage.com because you didn't follow up with them. And then we got to try and sort it out 2 weeks later. And, you know, I can't guarantee you that it can be fixed 2 weeks later. I was told that this one could be fixed, but I think it kind of depends on where they ended up. You know, I'm not sure. So we got to do good follow-up with our customers. We got to show them we care. And if an order goes in and something went wrong, we should know about it before 12 days goes by. Okay. We should definitely know before that. Zuma?
I just wanted to acknowledge that Vivian is here. She just logged in, joined in, and she listened to the presentation, the last presentation, and the next day she had notes about everything, and she was asking me about it. She took great. I said, okay, yeah. So I thought she wanted to be a customer, and she became it. She said, no, I want to be a distributor. So she's here. Yeah.
Great, congrats.
Welcome, first call. Well, and you brought up a good point, Zuma. I just got asked about, doing a 3-way call tomorrow. And what you got to understand, we don't mind doing 3-way calls, because if you did your job, then our job on a 3-way call is very easy. Okay, because all we're doing is validating what you have already done and what you've already said. We're just validating it. So, I said to this person, yeah, I'm available to do it as long as they've watched the 2 videos. Okay. And they got back to me and said they did. And I said, great, then my job's easy. I can do my job. I am not doing a 3-way call with somebody that has not watched anything. Okay. See, that's your job. You got to get them to see something and watch something. And then I can validate that and you. And not only validate it, but sing praises of you to them so they know how lucky they are with who they're getting involved with. See, that's our opportunity to sell them on you. It's our opportunity to brag about you, so you don't have to brag about yourself. Okay, and that's very important in this business. So just make sure. And obviously, the reason I brought that up is, I forgot her name. What is it? Vivita? What Zuma, what was your friend's name? You're muted.
Vivian.
Okay. She had questions from the launch, which most people should have. Okay. It's only 25, 30 minutes. There's no way you could cover everything, but you address the questions the next day, and it's, instead of just a customer, it's a customer that's a distributor now, and that's the cycle. That is the way it's supposed to go. It's just hard for us to pull a rabbit out of a hat or perform a miracle when the seeds haven't been planted. Okay, and that's what I mean. And I could care less what video you use. I don't care. I just want them to have seen either the launch, which is 30 minutes, okay, or a couple of the other 5 or 10-minute ones, so they know what we do. They know what the product does. They know that we're in, we make money in business, and we can have an intelligent conversation. Okay, that's the, and like I said, if you're a distributor with a prospect, that's your responsibility. And then when you're getting your sponsor or upline involved, okay, it's their responsibility to validate the things you have already told them. That's how it works. And when you do it that way, it works very, very well. It's very effective. April?
Why don't we open it up for questions, because it's.
Yeah, you can unmute
Yeah.
yourselves if anyone's, we're at 27 after.
Bob, April, it's Alex.
Hey,
Hey,
So there was the Uber driver last night, is what we're just talking about, and then I sent him
I
the
didn't use your
ABC.
name, but you just gave it away. That's okay.
Oh, well, yeah, I'm not gonna, it's all good. And I sent him the 6-minute collagen Dr. Sarzan
mhm.
Yeah.
video.
yeah.
He was impressed. He said he likes great products, but I went to bed late. I'm doing a karaoke in Utah last night. Anyway, he took me home about midnight, and when I woke up, he was texting me at midnight, "Where's the second video? Where's my second video?" So
Good.
it's really kind of exciting in a good way.
Well, if he wants to watch another one, give him the 30-minute launch that we did last week and let him watch that.
I was actually thinking that. Yeah, I probably will. I'm going to text him after this call.
Yeah, say, hey, you want another one before we do the call? And you
I like
say the guy talking on this video is the guy you're going to be talking to tomorrow.
Yeah, and I've already brought your guys' name up. So yes, yeah, sounds good.
Cool. Anyone else?
April, I have a question for you guys. It's Noelle. So when on the stories, when somebody responds, you're actually talking about responding where they type something in and then respond. You're not saying that somebody who looked at that just to respond to the people who've actually just looked and have not made any actual comment, right?
You can, if you want to be aggressive, you can absolutely do that. There are times where I have more time and I'll say, thanks for your support. Thanks for your love. Thanks for looking at my stories. If I don't have enough stuff going on, I'll definitely follow up with people and just reach out. People I have conversations with all the time. I'm like, hey, you're using a collagen product. I got a new one I'm excited about. What's been your experience? We need to create these conversations, but it's considered rude if you do not thank people for showing some love on your post.
Okay.
That is like, here's how we all need to look at it. That's like somebody calling you and leaving you a message and you not returning the call. So when we get that etiquette right and treat social media and comments and messages on social media like we would if someone left us a voicemail on our phone, your whole world changes. Okay, because now you're treating people with respect. And now when you do that, they like you, they follow you more, they talk more, they comment more. And then you get Facebook liking you and the algorithm changes and they start showing it to more people. And the whole thing just turns. But I said this last week and, and I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, but whatever number of friends you got or followers you got, or whatever that number is on your social media, 5 to 10% of that number see what you do. So, it's just not a big number. If you got 500 people, 25 to 50 people, I'm not saying are going to comment on it. That's all that are going to see it. Okay. So you got to love on those people so that, that the algorithm can begin to change and show it to more people, give you preference. I was in Facebook jail and not the full-blown jail. They had me restricted. And what they did, and I hadn't heard this before, but what they did is they said, your posts are going to be dropped to the bottom of the page until your suspension's been served. And I'm like, what am I, freaking jail? I mean, this is just crazy stuff, okay? But so they didn't block my account and they didn't disconnect my account. They dropped my post lower. Now, I don't even know what that means because you don't see your own post. You know, it's like Kenneth will see my post, but I don't see my own stuff on, you know, when I go to my stuff, it's where I put it, right at the top of my wall. But you want the algorithm loving on you, and there's nothing it loves more than dialogue going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. They want to see that. That's why it's called social media. They want to see social. And that means so much more than just posting. Okay, interaction is what they're looking for.
Thanks, Bobby.
Those are people that are loving on you. And like I said, if they've liked you, hearted you, or written something, you owe them a return message. If you got nothing else going on and they viewed you, but they didn't comment, thank them for checking it out. I mean, send them some love back, and maybe they'll look at more stuff you post. And then the other thing that we talked about last week, you know, your stories are free advertising, and they just continue to scroll across the page for 24 hours. And whenever you don't have anything up there, you're rejecting free advertising. You're just saying, no, thanks, I don't want free advertising. Okay, you're saying, please remove me from the top of the page so nobody sees me. That's what you're asking Facebook to do. Delete my stories because I just don't want anybody to see anything. That's why you have to keep them up there, okay? And never let it go blank. And it happens once in a while for a half hour or something with me. You know, I'll look and I'll load up and I'm looking, I'm saying, okay, I'm good for 23 hours now. And maybe I get busy, I get a call, I get in the middle of something. It happens, okay? But as soon as I'm done, I load back up again. I don't leave it empty. You know, that'd be like trying to get somewhere in your car with the gas on E. You know, not a good move. So keep in mind, it's free. Instagram is free. Facebook stories is free. I mean, it's really, you know, you always want to take advantage of free. What else you got, Lynn?
Should we respond to people on stories as well?
In particular, those definitely.
Okay, because there's like a list, and I just tried to respond to one that Cheryl looked at it, and I just responded to her, but it's kind of circuitous to get to like a.
Well, you got
like-
to, and you respond in Messenger.
Okay,
All the stories you respond in Messenger. If somebody does something with your story, you get it in Messenger. So
Okay.
you respond back to them in Messenger. Even if they respond on your wall, okay, you can say thank you, but then send them a direct message on Messenger saying, I appreciate your comment on, you know, on my post or something. I mean, Messenger is the way to go. That's where the money is. The money is
Okay.
not made on the wall. The money is earned in Messenger.
okay,
Because that's when it gets private, and that's when it gets personal, and that's when you can get down to business.
Okay.
That's why people say DM me,
right.
direct message me, message, you know, that's Messenger. Make
Okay.
sense? What else you got?
Any other questions, anything?
I just want to make a comment. I'm very, very grateful for Bobby. I had a training with my Puerto Rico team, the Spanish one, and he stayed there. He was, you know, so, you know, awesome. They, you know, had person that was
Wait,
completely
just to be
bilingual.
clear, Bobby does not speak Spanish, okay?
Yeah. And being Puerto Rico, we have many people who speak both, but out of the group, only one didn't speak English, and I have her on WhatsApp because her Zoom didn't upload, so she's challenged with social media, and they were like slobbering, like, Bobby, why you is in the oh my God.
Let
One
me-
of them, she
Suma,
couldn't
let
make
me
it.
share something with you that you experienced yesterday. April and I have had the good fortune of experiencing it over 30 years. Believe it or not, language comes second to posture, facial expressions, and the enthusiasm and excitement in your voice. They can tell when you're happy, excited about meeting them, talking to them, sharing with them, even if it's not in their language. It's so, and you saw that yesterday, you know, I saw that yesterday with the Spanish that was going on, and they saw it with the English that was going on.
Yeah, and they were talking to you and they were so happy. You know, you made their day. And
Wow.
yeah, thank you for
You
being.
all made my day. So
Yeah.
that's exciting. I love the fact that you're opening Puerto Rico and the way you're doing it and doing it the right way. I mean, every one of your new distributors is duplicating. Every one of them is bringing in customers and other distributors, and they're not waiting. It's happening in their first 24, 48 hours in the business. And that is how this is supposed to work. Okay, that is how it works, and you're doing it. And that's why your
And
business is growing.
one of the things that, you know, that didn't mean to interrupt you is like 2 of them didn't want to do the business.
I know.
There was like,
There's an industry term that we use. They got sucked in. They just couldn't help themselves because they were loving what they were seeing. And they weren't looking for a business, but let's face it, the business finds most people. People don't find the business. The business finds them, okay, is what happens. But anyway, I'm excited to see what happens with them over the next 60 days.
thank you.
Same to you, Siri. I know it's your team too. I'm not discounting you. It's just I talk to your mom more than you. But I know
That's
a lot
all
of them
good.
are under you.
Yeah, thank you.
So good job. Anyone else? All right, so keep in mind, you can reach us all week, but we leave Friday. I'm assuming texting will work over there, but I have no idea. Kenneth, we were texting when you were in Denmark last week, right? We didn't have any problems with that. I mean, WhatsApp will always work, but I think regular text works too. But anyway, you know, we're around the rest of the week, so if there's anything you need, but really just keep up the great job. You're already running ahead of last month, and last month was a record month for us for enrollment. So, and just so you know, the team in general, it's 5 months in a row, the volume has increased, 5 straight months, and an all-time high in enrollment. So, you know, I think if you're talking pandemic and results of pandemic, I think that our team has turned the corner. You know what I mean? And everybody's moving on, you know, with doing business now. I really believe that. So,
And this is typically the hot streak now to Halloween.
yeah,
so, you know,
yeah, right up now, kind of probably to
Now,
Thanksgiving,
yeah.
you know, is the
There's no
busiest
interruption.
time.
Yeah.
There's no interruption. September, October, and 3 weeks into November. This is like a 11, 12 week marathon. There's no interruptions. You know, the kids are back in college. They're back in school. There's nothing interrupting anything now, and we can go on a tear, you know, and then we get creative between Christmas and New Year's with some specials, you know, and sales and things like that. So, all right, everyone, have a great night and reach out if you need anything. Okay. Bye.